Warning. The following podcast has an awesome guy who creates awesome content. If you're a loser who only likes boring shit, then get the fuck out of here. Only super cool people are welcome here. Like, seriously, get the fuck out. Anyways, viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to the Midnight Lounge. It has been a couple days since we last talked, guys. Look, listen, I keep getting asked. It's like every day you guys want a podcast. I don't got that. I don't got that type of time. I don't got that type of brain power to like be coming up with things to talk about every day. But I figured since you guys wanted another one, you guys missed the podcast so much. And since you guys have already listened to the last one, I keep getting, requests to get another one out as soon as possible. Here it is. As I'm recording this, I wanted to see, still trying to test out the sound quality. I know the last recording didn't really sound all too great. And I think I figured out the reasoning for that. And I should have it fixed by the next time that I record. But you guys may hear a difference now. It's because I am back on my wireless mics and doing this mobilely again, trying to, test out the sound quality for this still, and just trying to work out the kinks and all that good jazz, that comes along the way with doing a mobile podcast like this. So I'm currently not in the studio, but I'm working outside of the studio, and it still feels weird, like not being like at my desk in front of like my entire setup and recording for you. It feels weird, but at the same time, it also gives me the freedom to pretty much do this podcast wherever I please. And that's something I like doing. I like just being able to just go anywhere that I like to and just be able to like just record and just put out a podcast anytime that I want. I'm not restricted to holding on to information until I have time to get in the studio and record something for you guys. So it's really cool. I got some plans in the future. I want to do some collaborations with a couple of people. Definitely going to have a big one coming from a collaboration that I'm probably going to do hopefully soon with a couple of coworkers of mine. I might actually be able to make a podcast at work, which is kind of crazy to say, but if everything goes right and I can time it out perfectly on a good day that it's slow enough to actually do, we might make some magic. We might be able to make some magic. Also want to do some collaborations with other people just because I got to utilize these mics. I bought these for a reason. I bought these to have multiple people on at the same time. So that way, it sounds good on both sides. It doesn't just seem good on one side compared to the other side. You know how we've done in the past where, my end sounds good and their end doesn't, or, where both of us kind of don't sound all too good because we had a like record on a different type of software or like recording system. So like, I just feel like this is going to be way better, and definitely want to have some collaboration in the future. I know I keep saying that, but it's just really hard to do. It's hard to time everything out and make sure that it's good for everyone's schedule. But man, I'm trying. Until now or until then, I hope you guys are enjoying the podcast that I'm putting out. And we are back for another episode. Now, I figured we've talked about conspiracy theories in the past. I think it's time that we take another visit. And if it gets too political, oh well. That's just how it's gonna go. All right, because some of these do get political. Some of these have no politics involved. But I want to talk about aliens for a second. I want to talk about the aliens. Do you guys believe in aliens? Do you? And if you do believe in aliens, do you think they come from outer space? Like, do you think that there's an actual like space out there? Some might disagree. And I'll tell you what, I I don't know my feelings, but I'll tell you that I feel that this is just me. This is just me. I feel that aliens are not like what we think aliens are, right? I don't think they're like green people walking around. I feel like aliens are just like a advanced species of humans, if that kind of makes sense. I don't think they're like green little alien looking guys like we're known to see on TV and movies and cartoons. I don't picture that type of alien. I picture more of like a human, but on like a grander scale, like on a more like sophisticated, like more advanced. But I also feel like they don't come from space, they come from within our ocean. You got to think like the amount of times that we've covered the sky, even like just daily with planes, just constant in the air at almost all hours of day and night all around the world. If there was some type of like aliens or UFOs, you would think they would come in contact more frequently than what are captured on these videos that are posted social media. I feel like they are underwater, like that they have the ability to submerge completely underwater, and they have the ability to not only withstand the pressure of like a deep ocean, but also have the ability to maybe even be able to breathe air and water. Like how I was saying, I feel like they're humans, just more advanced, just more sophisticated, and the power to be able to breathe both air and water. That's pretty sophisticated. Now, I also feel like it could be true because just due to the fact that there is actually, and you can Google this, you can do your Google research on this. They found an ocean in the ocean. Now, you guys seen SpongeBob? Everyone's seen SpongeBob, right? You know how SpongeBob takes place underwater, but in SpongeBob, and I'm not trying to relate this to SpongeBob. It's not like one of those things where I'm trying to relate it to a cartoon. I'm just kind of giving you guys an example. You know how SpongeBob takes place in the bottom of the ocean, right? But we always see them going to the beach, or as SpongeBob fans may call it, Goo Lagoon. You know what I'm talking about? The Goo Lagoon beach on SpongeBob is water. They're already underwater. What the hell are they swimming in? You know what I'm saying? So, like, in real life, they found water underwater. It is more dense than the water that we're used to on the surface level. If we go to the ocean, we can put our hand through it and we can, pretty much deep dive into it. With this water, it's more dense, which means it needs a lot more pressure to stick your hand through it or stick anything through it. It needs a lot more pressure than what regular water is used to. I feel that aliens could possibly be living under that surface. I mean, you got to think about like we haven't explored a lot of the ocean. We've explored a lot of the sky, but we've never explored all of the ocean. So who knows what could possibly be down there? Like, just think about it. Just, I'm going to give you a few seconds. Just think. How much of the sky have we covered and discovered compared to the ocean? Just look at the map, look at a globe. Do you see how much water there is on Earth? Like how big the oceans are compared to the land that we live on? Most of our country is water, or most of our planet is water. And you got to think about, like, we haven't even discovered half of the ocean. We've only, been in maybe 20% of the oceans. So like you gotta think that there's something going on under there, right? Like, and this ocean, it goes deep, like deeper than what us humans are capable of. But if you take other beings, because fish can survive down there, a certain type of fish can survive down there. So who's to say that another form of being can't also survive down there? You know what I'm saying? Like it makes sense the more you think about it, the more you put like the thoughts in your head, the more it kind of just starts lining up. Like, I don't necessarily think that if there are aliens, that they come from space, that they come from different planets, that they come from different galaxies. I feel like if we do have aliens, that they come from the ocean. And the only reason that they come up to the surface is because of temperature change or global warming or like nuclear war or like stuff like that. It kind of like brings their attention, like, hey, what is going on at the surface? So like I feel that if aliens are real, which I firmly believe, I'm putting this as my own thoughts and opinions. I feel that aliens exist and they don't come from space, but our own oceans. That's how I feel. I feel like the crafts that they use have the ability to sustain life as well as sustain the pressure of the ocean as they get deeper and deeper and deeper compared to what us normal humans have the ability of doing. I feel like it just makes sense to me. It I don't know, it just does. I never really thought about it until I started thinking about it. I'm like, hey, like, we've never really discovered all of the ocean. We've only discovered like a small portion of the bottom of the ocean. What else could potentially be down there? And as I was like, starting to like research, like, where we've been in the ocean and how deep we've ever gone and things like that, I'm like, that doesn't seem like a lot. Like, I think the furthest we've been down was like Mariana's Trench deep, and that goes deep. Like, it goes deep, deep. But they also found other parts of the ocean that go even deeper than that. And we can't even go that deep because the pressure of the water kind of pretty much destroys anything that goes that deep. You can build a very, very strong submarine built out of high, high grade metals and titanium, whatever you want to like build it out of, and the ocean will find a way to crush it with its pressure. So I feel like it makes sense. And I'm not trying to persuade you guys into believing of what I believe. I'm just saying, if you truly think about it, right? And this is even with the moon landing and I'm going to say this straight out, that supposedly happened years ago, right? I I feel like that never happened. That it was all staged, that it never happened. That we never been outside of space, we never been outside of the Earth's atmosphere, we've never been to the moon, we've never been to other planets, none of that. I feel like it's just one big lie. And the only reason I say that we've never been to the moon, is because you got to think, if they can do it way back in like, what was it, like the 50s or something like that, 60s, whenever they aired it on TV that we landed on the moon. And, the technology at the time wasn't as great as it is now. So why haven't we been back since? If it was that easy for them to do it back then with the technology and materials that they had back then, why haven't we been able to do it since? Is it because it's not possible, perhaps? Is it because that technology is too great nowadays that people will know that it can't happen? That that if they attempted to, that the world would see that everything that we thought we knew was a lie? Huh? Huh? Yeah, I'm starting to get you thinking, right? I'm starting to get you thinking. And this is just conspiracy theories. And these are just what I think about these conspiracy theories. Everyone's going to have their own opinions. Everyone's going to have their own thoughts. This is just how I view those conspiracy theories and what my thing is. So I feel like the moon landing never did happen. I feel like we've never really been to the moon. It was all kind of what they would call propaganda. So that way it jumpstarts NASA to start getting public funding for hypothetical scientific research about space astronomy. I feel like we've never been outside of Earth, and I feel like Earth there's no way of getting outside of the atmosphere. I feel like there is a what people would call a firmament, which is like a big shield that prevents any objects from leaving the atmosphere. And I feel like, with just the evidence of like people videos, with Elon's science, what is it? Like all their space shuttles that they're sending out. What's the like the Falcon and what's the name of his little space thing? But anytime that they launch something into space, people will come back with videos of what appears that it hits a certain level and then it can't pass that. But you also see like on their feeds, on the official like NASA or Elon space things, you can see like how it changes from seeing Earth. Then it changes, like if they're like changing the background on the screen to show like a blackness, and then it'll just start showing like a picture of like Earth, but like from space. Like, I don't know, it just seems too like photoshopped. Like it seems too fake. And I've watched multiple like live streams or like recordings of like space launches, and I've seen like the way that they edit, or not edit, but like how it goes from you seeing Earth and the clouds and the water and land, and then all of a sudden for like a couple seconds it like turns into like this either white or black screen. It's like a flash for like a couple seconds, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're just like in space all of a sudden. Like I have a hard time with that. I have a hard time with that, especially with how technology is nowadays with Photoshop. And if anyone can really edit a picture to look deceiving, like it's very easy to trick the human brain into believing one thing that is a complete lie. And I feel like that's pretty much what NASA and the whole like Elon space thing have like been doing. I just don't believe that we've ever been to space. I don't feel like we've ever been outside Earth's atmosphere. I don't believe we've ever been to the moon. I'm sorry. I don't think we have. And I don't think we ever will. So I feel, back to the aliens, if there are, which I do believe, because why would we be the only like human like beings out there? I feel like they come from the ocean. And I feel like even time travelers too. Time travelers, I feel like, are probably like aliens, right? I feel like, I don't know how to really word this, but I feel like time travelers are either us from the future, and us in the future are these aliens, right? Does that kind of make sense? Like, I feel like aliens are advanced humans, right? So picture us, but like really, really smart, really intelligent, really like just really advanced. Like we have the ability to live thousands of years. We have the ability to breathe water and air. We have the ability to time travel. We have the ability to like time warp. Um, like the ability to just like, I don't know how to really explain this, but you kind of get the picture. Like I feel like humans or aliens are just a very, very futuristic human. And I feel like time travelers are those aliens or us future humans coming back to the past to either learn about a specific thing or to maybe try and figure out like what went wrong, or try maybe to like warn us about something in the future. There's so many possibilities about a time traveler, but I feel like they do exist. I feel like it does happen, that we don't know. And especially in the world that we live in today with technology, cell phones, just electronics, and in general, I feel like we would just never know unless there's just, something that really, really stands out to us. And nowadays it's like nothing that we've seen really stands out to us no more, because we expect technology to get advanced and look weird and have all these features and things that like we've never seen. So we're kind of used to that technology always being advanced and showing, a new concept, a new design, or new features that like if a time traveler did present itself, we wouldn't know. And we would just take it like if they're crazy or like just like delusional, that we wouldn't know if they were actually a time traveler or if they were lying. So I don't know. That's how I feel about everything. That's some of the conspiracy theories that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and kind of just break down on how I feel about it. I just feel like we've been lied to with what we've learned and what we've been taught, that I don't know. I just feel like we've been lied to for NASA's better, I guess. They capitalized on the human brain and the power to deceive it for their own financial gain. They needed something for the government to be okay with using public tax money to fund their little, I guess, experiments. I say that in quotations, experiments. I feel like it was just one big deceiving lie. I don't know, that's just me. Aliens, I feel like real. I don't know. I don't know. You know, nothing's set in stone. There's not really any really proof I can really give other than telling you what I just said. You do the research about the ocean and what we've explored and what we haven't explored. Do the research on the second ocean being discovered in the ocean. Do the research about space and you know, search up videos of rockets and things hitting some type of like wall in space. Just do it. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know, you know, if I maybe persuaded you to think a certain way. If you still have your own beliefs, let's discuss. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a debate. Whatever you want to do, let's have it. But I hope you guys enjoyed. That is the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, you know what to do. You know what to do. Share this with your friends. And I keep forgetting to mention this. I'm still partnered with Smackin sunflower seeds. They are super, super delicious, guys. I've ordered about three orders of those sunflower seeds, and I'm already out again. So I'm telling you, they're delicious. They're really good. I've been eating them like all this summer. They've been a good snack to me. I've shared them with some coworkers at work. They really enjoyed them, and definitely go check them out. They just had a new flavor launch, the ranch flavor. So if you guys like ranch, you guys are definitely gonna like these ranch flavored ones. Right now, you can find them on TikTok Shop as well. You might find some good deals. If you've never ordered off TikTok Shop, you do get a discount on there. Or if you use my link too, you might find some good deals on there too. So I'm just saying, go ahead, look up some of those Smackin sunflower seeds, and get you some today and get smacking. Anyways, I am out for the day. I love you guys. Stay safe. Have a good day, night, work shift, shower, bath, fucking weirdo still, whatever. Still love you. What else? Vacation, summer break, fall break, winter break. Fuck it. I don't know when you're listening to this. Next year, last year. I don't even know how that's possible. Fucking time traveler, conspiracy theory. That's crazy. Anyways, I'm out. I love you guys. And you know the drill. Until next time, I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.